buddy of mine who does that kind of thing on the side. But a couple of listeners sent me the story about a coyote out in my neck of the woods that ate a family's Chihuahua dog.
Ooh.
A coyote. The article was written very strangely, too. The article that people were sending me was from Channel 19 from their website. And it was written up, Bay Village police confirmed with a heavy heart that a resident's beloved pet dog was attacked by a pack of coyotes. And the 13-year-old Chihuahua mix later died from his injuries. You know, my mom has a Chihuahua. And so it's, if you heard coyotes out in the distance near my mom's house, that would probably... And then Gwen proceeds to tell me that she was in our TV room the other night and had the window open because she runs hot. And she heard coyotes off in the distance. And so now she's really, really nervous about having our dog in our backyard, which is still fenced in, but so was this Chihuahua. This was a fenced-in backyard on the other side of our town. This isn't near where we live. But a pack of coyotes roaming our quiet little hamlet. And I that's when I kind of tried to assuage her fears when she was like, I don't think we should have Juno in the backyard. I go, well, a Chihuahua's easy prey. That's a tiny dog, boy. And if it wasn't a pack of coyotes, it was going to be a hawk that was going to swoop down and get that dog.
Question.
Do you leave Juno...
Our dog will fight.
Do you leave Juno out just by herself in the backyard?
In the backyard? Yeah, sure.
For like how long, though?
It's all fenced in. If she wants to go and you know, do her business or whatever.
Oh, and it's all fenced in, too. That's a whole different story, too.
Well, so was this Chihuahua.
Oh, really?
That's why they're freaking out. They were like, this pack of coyotes got into a fenced-in backyard. And so, yeah, we're fenced. And I do have it. My dog is bigger than a Chihuahua, and she can defend herself. I certainly don't want to put her in that position. But if we've got coyotes, and it's not, they're all over the place, too. Right, we've intruded onto their land.
Well, you
Question.
can't.
So I mean, there's deer everywhere, running
everywhere,
between the houses.
Coyotes everywhere. You can't let the dogs run around the front yard because they might get sucked up by the suck truck.
Suck truck might pull up your 13-year-old Chihuahua mix.
I'm trying to normalize it for Dane.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of the suck truck.
I love it, too.
On the live stream.
Yep. The leaf of the city suck truck comes by, sucks up all your leaves off the tree lawn. What's that, Cody?
What's more common, having wolves or coyotes in the backyard?
Coyotes, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah,
but wolves can be around here?
I think so. I think it's the difference is probably negligible. They probably act the same way, right?
Right.
I don't know if they run in packs. I remember when we were in Breckenridge for like the Dirty 30, we had that cabin, and there was one little lone fox. It was cute, but I didn't know if like foxes were vicious or they ran in packs.
I mean, they'll be vicious if it feels like it's in danger, but I don't think it's going to come and bother you.
But I just thought it was weird because I was like, every other like cousin of a dog, a wolf or a coyote, they all run in packs. But it's one little itty bitty cute little fox, and I'm like, I wonder if there's a bunch of like a family of foxes elsewhere. But maybe it's because they burrow. So I don't know if that.
I mean, coyotes are to the point now where people don't even. You might, shuttle your dog inside if you know there's a coyote in the area. But like, there's coyotes everywhere. I'm surprised we haven't seen one walking. Before I moved to Cleveland, the radio station I worked for was right on the Chicago River. It was in the place called the Merchandise Mart. And right across the bridge was a Quiznos. This was like 2007. And it was this big story. It was like a kicker story, but about how a coyote had walked into a Quiznos and just sat in the beverage cooler. Like in the Loop, like downtown Chicago, this coyote. Now, I don't know how it walked in and took a seat in the beverage cooler, but there were like photos going around and, So on the one hand, people aren't, they're used to coyotes, I think in most large cities, walking around. And I think for the most part, aren't coyotes like on the docile side? They're not like feral animals, are they? I mean, I thought people are always like,
I don't know much about coyotes, and I don't want to, jump in with my knowledge on coyotes because it's Looney Tunes based.
Right.
I don't think that was all that accurate.
Speaking of which, you might recall, now that the SAG-AFTRA strike is over and all these productions are getting back into production, you might remember that Warner Brothers filmed an entire Batgirl film.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, they spent money on it, they cast it, they shot it, they have it. They shelved it. After all the money they spent, and again, I don't understand why they would do that. Maybe it was a licensing thing. But imagine the girl who's going to get her big break because she's cast as Batgirl. I don't remember the girl's name. But that was going to be her big break. Warner Brothers decides to never show the movie. It's on a shelf somewhere. They have done it again with a movie that they have completely shot. Is one of those Space Jam type things, a live action CGI hybrid movie with John Cena that is it's called Coyote versus Acme. Remember the Wile E. Coyote cartoons always using like Acme explosives to try to get the Roadrunner?
Was Wile E. Coyote suing Acme?
It's another like full movie that they're shelving. I don't understand, especially since John Cena currently has the lowest rated film ever on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What film is that?
It's him and Allison Brie. It's called, he's a security guy that is supposed to protect her, and I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, I think she's cute too. Freelance is what it's called. And it came out like 2 weeks ago. And it's supposedly awful. I like John Cena. He doesn't have to do a lot to kind of pique my interest. I think he's funnier in movies than he needs to be. And, obviously he's a built dude. But anyway, Coyotes, if you're somebody who lives out in the sticks, it's not unusual for you. But I think it's people who live, in more urban or suburban areas that might not be as used to seeing coyotes. And so out where we are, a bunch of listeners were sending the story to me that a Chihuahua had been eaten by a pack of coyotes. So who knows? So keep your head on a swivel, Poundcake. You're over there in Lakewood, right?
Yes.
I'm sure they got coyotes in Lakewood.
I'm sure they do.
Coyotes.
I saw, I was driving in the other day and I saw like deer it wasn't dark at all. Broad daylight, just deer walking.
Oh, I'll be on walks with Whoopsie, and we'll see deer, like 4 or 5 of them in a front yard, just
I would say they're not
on a walk with us, basically.
They were not intimidated at all. There was traffic going around. People were like honking because I think they were like, they wanted to keep them out of the road or just get their attention or whatever. And they were steady doing what they were doing. It's like birds that are used to being fed. They're not afraid of humans. They were walking down the road, going in the middle of traffic. They did not care. We were like intruding on them.
Nope. Deer do not give a fudge anymore. Weird. Even my dog. I'll be out walking my dog. Normally she'll kind of bark at other animals. She just stands there. She and the deer looking at each other. Deer's like munching on a tree branch or something. They couldn't care less anymore.
They don't care. And I don't know when that started because deer used to be scary. They always used to be
scary or scared.
Sorry, slang. Scary means scared, but they're usually scared. I see. I'm saying, why are you acting scary? But I understand.
Okay.
For radio purposes.
Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't. I'm not hip to that.
Yeah, the deer aren't scary, but they're usually scared of humans.
People are telling me there are no wolves in Ohio, and they're much bigger than coyotes.
Okay, well,
or no wild wolves. Yeah, again, and I take their word for it, but it's also one of those things where people say that until they find a wolf.
Mm-hmm. What about hyenas?
There's not supposed to be tropical.
Hyenas are not on North America.
I don't know that. How you know?
Like a dingo? Maybe the dingo ate your baby.
If I hear someone like Whoopi Goldberg outside my window, she's
from The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mike and Parma, of course. You can tell a coyote is in the area by the markings. Anvils, paint for caves.
Telltale signs.
Telltale signs, that's right. You don't even have to identify their scat. Just look for the Acme gunpowder. Wild coyotes are skittish. They would make a point to stay away from people. Well, yeah, something to consider. Hey, tomorrow, Dr. Ryan Berglund is going to be back. It'll be his final appearance of 2023. He joins us a few times each year. For a segment we call Is It Red? And if you've ever been here for it, it can be very, very informational and enlightening, sometimes in the worst possible way. But he's a surgical urologist with the Cleveland Clinic, and so we'll take messages from you guys that might have strange things going on down there. Saturday will be the 1-year anniversary of Dr. Berglund performing my vasectomy. And when I say he performed my vasectomy, I'll tell you what, it was flash.
Jazz hands.
Yes, it wasn't just a routine medical procedure. You hear that a lot. They go, well, if we have to perform this surgery on you, he really put a lot into it. And my balls could not be more thankful. But he'll be here tomorrow. So if you're not able to listen live, you can email me a question you might have. But otherwise, guys, we're going to take your calls and your texts. It's a very good opportunity to get yourself some information if you have things that you don't know. We're not doctors. We have to avail ourselves of his training and expertise. So he'll be here tomorrow to finish the week, and it'll be the last Is It Red for 2023. Coyotes are an overpopulated nuisance animal. There's no closed hunting season for them. Hunters are encouraged to shoot any that they see. Wow. So open season on coyotes. I had no idea. All right. I'll think about that. Jerry from North Royalton wants to know if we can finally talk about the beef jersey prices. I assume means beef jerky. Is beef jersey a cut that I'm unfamiliar with?
That jersey cut of beef is underrated. People don't talk about it enough.
Oh, it's so silky. It's
very smooth, like Poundcake says.
Furthermore, I didn't realize that beef jerky prices were a matter of some concern. You know, when we drive up to northern Michigan, you can pass 1,000 jerky outlet stores, and you walk in there, and listen, I like a good jerky, right? Packed with protein.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy fix for that.
Low fat.
Low fat. You might have noticed, I think the jerky, I think Big Jerky has really blown up over the past few years. There's all kinds of brands now selling jerky. Used to just be a couple. But you can, pull off to these roadside, megaplexes.
Jerk stores.
Yes. And and they'll tell you right on the billboard how many different kinds of jerky they've got. They say, get out of here with your pepper jerky, with your spice jerky. We got mango jalapeno jerky all over the place. I had a buddy who used to make his own venison jerky. I remember he'd have a deer hanging in his garage, and I'd always get a giant thing of venison jerky from him.
My buddy's a hunter, and he'll go hunting, and then he has somebody else turn all the meat into like steak, like butcher it for him. And so he'll make venison jerky and venison like meat sticks, and he'll always give me a wad of those around this time.
A meat stick.
It'll probably be closer to December when I'll get mine, but it's always, I always look forward to
when the meat stick wads come in.
When the wad of meat sticks show up.
Okay. Alan, where I grew up was rural. A pack of coyote dogs ate my friend's pit bull.
A pit bull?
Nothing was left of this poor thing. Could you imagine a coyote eating your pit bull? And God bless America. All right.
There's no one in the world that has like a pet coyote.
There are people who have a pet anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you pick any animal and some dummy's got it for a pet.
I remember I don't know how real it was, but it was on TikTok and someone had like I don't know if it was a meerkat or is it a meerkat?
Meerkat is a thing.
Yeah.
Or is there another one bigger than a meerkat? Like a learcat?
I don't know about that. Meerkats are the ones that like stand up on their hind legs and they like tunnel underneath and
okay.
Yeah, they're very prairie dog like.
Yeah.
It's some kind of cat, but it was huge. It was like a big ass cat.
A tiger?
No, it was like in between.
A lynx?
Yeah, it was like a minx. A lynx?
Lynx.
I mean, there is a cat called a learcat, but that's like a domesticated house cat, I think.
Are they really big?
Learcats having dinner. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. That's different.
It looks like kind of a. What are the things in the Madagascar movies?
Oh.
Sacha Baron Cohen does the voice.
I can't remember what they're called. But
anyway.
You know, it wasn't a meerkat. I think it was a lynx.
Lynx, okay.
It was huge. It was a big ass cat, and he was just like, "Oh, here you go." And I'm like, "Bro, that's a tiger. It's a baby tiger." And he had it on one of those little cat pedestals or whatever they call them, the little tunnels. I'm like, "Bro,
a cat pedestal?
It's a tunnel."
He
couldn't have made it any clearer, Alan.
I don't know the things that they play on.
You mean like the rug, the scratching post thing where they climb up?
Like a cat tower.
A cat tower.
Hey, I don't have a cat. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Well, there's that video that went around a few years ago from Canada.
Yeah.
Where the two lynx in Ontario that were just standing there screaming at each other.
This is so freaking cool. It's so cool. Who runs into this?
Yeah,
look at the size of those things.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah,
you just had that on like a little scratching post. Like
they look like two kids in like lynx outfits,
right?
And they butt heads.
They're screaming at each other.
But it sounds like kids doing an impression of a cat screaming too. Like, like it doesn't sound cat-like at all.
Why?
Funny.
And I'm always interested, people who film nature, why they always feel compelled to somehow narrate it. How cool is this? Just shut up.
Let the lynx do the job.
Let the lynx do the work.
They're excited.
So shut up. You're going to post it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Just like the picture, the video.
You go, oh my God, the double rainbow guy. I mean, that I get because he was probably high as balls. But, you know, you stop on the road. There's two lynx. You're never going to, everybody can see a double rainbow at some point. You're never going to see two lynx,
I think,
yelling at each other. And they go, oh, who gets to see this? Shut up.
I understand because some of those videos, you don't know if it's going to be your last words. Like the one time, the one video
They
where
weren't even looking at him.
No, I know that. I'm talking about like there's some where a girl walks into her kitchen and she sees a grizzly bear on like her glass glass patio door, and it's like looking at her dog, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's a black bear."
I don't consider that narration. If you're startled and screaming, that's a bear. I understand you probably feel like
it's outside your door.
Yes, that's a very. But you've stopped. There are two animals talking to each other. They're not even looking at you. They don't even know you're there. Whoa, what the? Dude.
Oh my gosh, incredible. Oh my God, I can't
Full rainbow. All the way. Double rainbow. Oh my God. It's a double rainbow all the way. Whoa, that's so intense. Whoa, man. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Woo! Oh my! Wow! Woo! Yeah! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my God! Look at that! It's starting to even look like a triple rainbow.
Calm down,
my
sir.
God, it's full on. Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
See, I'm okay with this because he seems genuinely happy. It doesn't seem like it's for camera.
No, but he's high as balls, and he's just filming his trip, and he's crying, and, you know.
It's the
God.
God's beauty.
God's beauty. It's science, all right? It's condensation and light diffusion. Why is everybody so hesitant to give it up for nature? Give it up for science?
Because nature didn't create itself. Nature had to come from something.
Oh, stop.
It had to come from something.
Stop it. Don't be a child.
Oh, my God.
Nothing to do with God and a rainbow.
Oh my God! Woo! Listen to that horn! Oh my God! Oh, she's beautiful!
That's the double rainbow guy waiting for his Amtrak out of Dover, Delaware. Get him back home. Hassan Minhaj is coming to Cleveland. His stand-up tour is going to bring him to Playhouse Square, and if you're a fan, you're in luck because I'll have tickets for you after the break. 35192. You want to text for anything, and another $1,000. Listen for that keyword to grab $1,000 from the Buzzard Bookie coming up at 4:30.
It's the Alan